So, let's see, is that on? Okay, it's on. So, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's me. Um, I'm sorry that I couldn't be there today. I'm over at Sahali all day for 9 hours, sitting for 8 of those hours. So, I'd rather be teaching, but for the good of our organization, the good for our school, I'll be there working to be talking to teachers and doing some work to see how they can improve their practice so they could be more like us in our classroom. But that doesn't mean I can't teach you from afar. So while sitting here in my study room, we're going to be focused on learning today. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what I'm looking for in terms of paragraph use, thesis creation, paragraph usage, what it should look like, what's the structure, what's the content supposed to look like, and what's the paragraph to thesis connections. So here on my desk, I'll show you though something. This is my Darth Vader, whatchamacallit maker. What is this? There's a magnet up here somewhere, and it's a paper clips. And it sticks on. Look at that. It's like magic. Alana's little piggy bank. And then when I'm bored, I just watch this move. Okay, there you go. Okay. Little entertainment. And then when I need to think, I have a slinky out here on my table so that my brain can work and function and do some stuff. And what else do I have here? I like to make little bookmarks out of old tags of clothes that I bought. And so I just use this as a bookmark. And what else is there? There goes a printer and my eye covers. So anyway, now to learning. So today in class, what I want you guys to be able to do is I want you guys to understand what I'm looking for in the thesis, its content, its structure, and the connections to the paragraphs. So this is going to take about 45 minutes in terms of class. It's going to give you 45 minutes of work time after this video, and the rest of class will be dedicated to preparing for your student-led conferences. I will be back tomorrow. So learn target is that you're going to learn how to revise your thesis and build your body paragraphs. Your success criteria is that you'll be able to show an extended, expanded thesis, and you will have paragraphs to show that thesis. So again, I'm going to show you what I'm looking for in a thesis, and your learning target, if the wonderful sub could write it down, is you're going to revise your thesis and build your body paragraphs accordingly. So the whole class period will be dedicated to get and mimic a little bit of what I have. But if you have a better way, if you found a better way, and if you think that I'd be really happy, or I'd be very surprised, or if you're kind of curious to see if your way works better, then let's look at your way tomorrow and just keep writing and keep building on Jane Schaefer, and maybe trying your intro and your conclusion today. If you really think you have an idea that's just gonna, blow me out the water, that'd be amazing. Let's see. Okay. So the very first thing is, though, if you guys could turn in all of your work through the brainstorming stations and staple the rubric on top, please include your first, last name and the class period in which your laptop belongs to. You can pause the video right now and finish that. All right. So here's let's just review what a thesis is. Now, for most of you, you know that a thesis has to be about a claim plus evidence. What do you believe about the song? What is its message? I forgot my question mark over there. That's what you're trying to do in the claim. The song shows this harshness about life. This song is about trying to find hope in a situation. Well, what's your evidence to that? Where is the proof in your song, the articles, metaphorical language, and direct language? These are all things that you've learned. And so you have this area to choose from to prove a claim. Tap your neighbor if you remember what this is. And then shake your neighbor's hand, though, if you guys kind of struggled with trying to put what your thoughts about the song were onto paper like this. So let's do some work. Put in some work here in terms of... So let's start with Somewhere Over the Rainbow because it seems really popular. Please do not do this until you have actually written out Somewhere Over the Rainbow on your paper. So I'm only using it because I didn't want to have to write all over the table. So this is going to be my example of a thesis. And you guys are going to pause the video and you're going to try to figure out where the claim is and where the evidence is. And Somewhere Over the Rainbow, shows the struggles of Native Hawaiians through metaphor, literal language, and his voice. So pause here, and I want you guys to think about, well, what is my claim? What am I trying to prove, and how do I prove it? You can pause the video right now and try to figure that out. What is the claim? What's the evidence? All right. Okay, so if I was going to break this down, this is an expanded thesis because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each of the pieces of evidence and I'm going to build 2 paragraphs from them. So metaphor, I'm going to have 2 paragraphs about metaphor, and I just want to show you my direct quote, okay? So, dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. I want to look at this metaphor and its connections with struggles of Native Hawaiians. And specifically, I'll say that Kamakawiwo'ole uses this metaphor of a lullaby and dreams as a Native Hawaiian looking back into their life, or a Native Hawaiian trying to look back at what history could have been. And the use of dreams is to look at and heighten kind of his awareness of his current situation and make it better. Lullabies are something relating to being a baby, and being a baby I always think of happiness when I think of children. Even you guys. Yes, you. It's wonderful. My paragraph 2 would build on this metaphor is that I would say that he wants to get to a better time because currently Native Hawaiians generally experience poorer health than whatever most Americans ... And I would cite this in APA. I'll show you an example of that later, but you just cite it in terms of who is the author, what's the year, and what's the page number. You're going to do page number because it was a report. So in here, I'm going to then refer back to the dream. The reason he wants to go back to a dream is because his people are living a nightmare, that generally they experience poorer health than most people in America. Okay, so look at my first 2 paragraphs. Do they prove that there is a struggle of Native Hawaiians? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, totally. Okay, so then we continue to build on that, and we'll say that we're going to look at literal language. Why can't I? He asked this rhetorical question. Rhetorical question doesn't have an answer. And I'll say that in this use of why can't I, he's saying, why can't my people? Why can't my people be in a better situation? Why can't my people be living a dream? Why do my people have to live under these conditions? And so using literal language, what he does is he brings to our attention this wonderful Mr. Kamakawiwo'ole. Child, I'm going to struggle saying that. And so I'm going to talk about that little direct language in relation to showing the struggles of Native Hawaiians. because that's showing struggle of Native Hawaiians, right? And if you agree with that statement, you're going to poke your partner in an appropriate place. Okay. Then my next thing about direct language is I'm going to build off this, and I'm going to use a quote from the research text that I sent you guys. Almost 20% live in poverty, ... A line later. Below poverty is 18%. So you're saying that 18 plus 20 is 100%. Just kidding. 20% plus 18%, that's 38%, live in poverty or below poverty. So almost 50% of his people are living in poverty. So why are his people living like that? And so I'll talk about this quote in relation to the direct language, that this is not somewhere over the rainbow. They want to get somewhere over the rainbow, but they ain't. They are not. And he shows that using direct language. So far, if this was my essay, I would have paragraph 1 done, paragraph 2 done, paragraph 3, 4. And notice the pattern that I show here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, my camera's really shaky. I start with a quote from the text. I then show a quote from the article. I then show a quote from the text or the song, and then I start with the article. Now, my last paragraph is I want to use his voice. Now, we commented on his voice, and I'm going to just leave this right here, and I'm going to say that the O's in the beginning have something incredible when they show the struggles of Native Hawaiians. I would say, and I really believe that in songs, the non-direct, non-literal, just the kind of the grunts, those whatever tones that people say in the article or in songs is really it shows a powerful message. And I'm not going to tell you what this message is, but I'm going to say that this is a quote you guys can use, and that's going to reflect his voice. So I hope you knows now what you're going to do. All right. Now, let's go look at Titanium. Well, first, before we do that, let's go look at Alana's wonderful. Look at all her wonderful little erasers. I just kind of want to steal it from her, but if she comes in here, she's going to kill me. Look at that. Oh, that's just kind of cute. Look at that. What is that? What? Fetch-a-chan. Oh, doesn't poisonous. What does this one say? Can't read this. Oh, ooh. Miss Kim, you're going to have to help me. Ooh, what's that? What's that saying? What's that? What's this one saying? Macadamia. Chocolate. I don't see no chocolate up in this piece. Where's the chocolate at? Any chocolate up in there? Nah, lies. Okay, we put this away. I just gave you a little distraction so your brain gets... Look at this. Children, you guys have learned what I'm looking for in a thesis, how to expand it. I've showed you the content of it. I showed you the structure of how we did a song quote. Then they did an article quote, song quote, article quote, and then bam! I showed you something a little different that you guys can use. Well, let's look at Titanium. So, David Guetta is the author of this song. In Titanium shows the harsh realities of LGBTQ youth in his use of metaphor, direct language, and power. Now, as you probably can guess, I'm going to do the same thing of having 2 paragraphs to look at metaphor and then 2 look at direct language and power. So let's look at what I'm going to do. In metaphor, I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. And I want to look at the harsh realities. Why would someone have to be bulletproof with nothing to lose? Maybe I could talk about in this paragraph how kids get so used, or people who get abused, harassed verbally at school for being different, have nothing to lose. And so they feel like all of the bad things that are said, which are the bullets, just do nothing, right? They just bounce off them or they get absorbed, and there's nothing to lose because it's an everyday occasion. And so this metaphor of being bulletproof, nothing to lose, demonstrates the harsh realities of being an LGBTQ youth, right? And that's why I hope it's cool. We ain't bullying anybody for that stuff. And I told y'all, you guys got to accept each other, mix it up, and go, be with other people and learn about different lives. You never know. And this is just one example. This paper is just one example of difference, but you never know. Some people could really show you guys some amazing different aspects of life, regardless of who they are. You just wouldn't know if you was just a hater. If you were a hater, like Joey's a hater, Cody's a hater. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Fernando's the real hater. Never mind. I'm just kidding. Mr. Chin is the greatest hater of all. Oops. Okay. So then to go through this metaphor, then we want to look at a quote from the article, the wonderful article that I gave you guys. 85% report verbally harassed because of their sexual orientation. Now, I could connect this. Could you then say that because 85% are getting bullied, they do feel like it's a large population, right? And that this bulletproof idea, or this metaphor of being bulletproof, is that it's happening so often that you would kind of need to feel like it just could bounce off you. And then you could also use maybe this quote and say, this quote supports, or this data supports that there's nothing to lose, because if you are open about what your sexual orientation is, maybe you have nothing to lose, or you have to become bulletproof because you know that you're more likely than not to be harassed for being different. So you notice how that's metaphor, and I prove that metaphor through these two paragraphs, right? And I'm going to, whatever article idea I use, I'm going to refer back to the song. You might want to write that down. If you're going to use an article quote, you got to refer it back to the song. I want to figure that out, what I just said. You can look at your partner and repeat that. I'll wait. Delea, Carl, make sure you guys talk to each other. Okay. One more thing though. This could have gone first and this could have gone second. So if you did put the articles first to kind of set the context and say maybe 85% of youth are verbally harassed because of their sexual orientation, well then you can then go put that first and then talk about how, okay, that report showing this crazy number, then teens have to become, or youth that identifies LGBTQ, then possibly have to be used to this abuse, and hence they're bulletproof, nothing to lose. Because child, if you weren't bulletproof, you're gonna lose your life. I mean, bullets are flying at you. Oh, what? Next page. So then we're going to look at paragraph 3 and paragraph 4. I hope you guys are thoroughly entertained, because you knows better. You knows better. Okay. Paragraph 3, I'm going to talk about direct language. And in paragraph 3, you shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. That's direct language. Someone is shouting out, but I can't hear a word you say, right? Why would that be direct language? Maybe they're showing here in the song somehow that the characters in the song, or the characters that represent all of these youth, hear it so often that it just becomes normal. That being yelled at for being different just becomes super normal. And maybe that's what the direct language is showing, right? This direct language should remind you of mom's in her room with the door closed. It's just that there's these levels, right? These ideas of things, and you just got to be able to find kind of what's happening there. Then I'll back that up with the effects of LGBT teen bullying are serious and long-lasting. the effects can last a decade or more. And here I've cited it for you, Russell 2011, paragraph 3. So let's say that if they're shouting and you really can't hear a word you say, is that really true? I'm sorry, there's karaoke happening at my house right now in a different language, so excuse the noise in the back. Do you see how this quote right here about being different, or the serious long-lasting effects, relates directly to that language? Is that I can't hear a word you say. Is it really can't hear a word you say? I would explain this in connection to that. Last, I'll talk about power. And in paragraph 5, I'm going to just leave this for people to challenge themselves. But it is you who have further to fall. What is this, but you have further to fall? How can that reveal power? Who has power? So, ladies and gentlemen, over these 20 minutes, I've shown you 2 examples about thesis and how to use all the elements, everything that we've already learned in class. Now, as you guys are going through this class period, I really want you guys to respect our sub. I want you to respect your time, and I want you guys to really have the best essay that you guys can have to show at your SLCs, okay? Tonight's homework is to continue to revise the work and use the tools and use this video that I have. I'll post it on Student View. It'll be posted, obviously you've seen it in class. And if you guys need any assistance, feel free to email me. Probably between today, well, the day, Monday, from 8 to 6, I won't be able to text you back or email you because I'll be very, very busy with the interviews. But if you email me, I'll check my email by the last time at like 7:30 that on Monday. All right, children, love you guys. Take care. Bye.